Hello out there in the universe. It's Dan Baruti from the 14-1, the American Open in Midlothian, Virginia, the beautiful Diamond Billiard Room out here, and proud host of the event. I'm here with Bob Coates from New York, an avid billiard enthusiast. Say hello, Bob.
Hello, everybody out there. As Danny said, my name is Bob Coates, and here we are at the championship, the semifinals for the straight pool championship of this tournament.
Bob, who do you like in this event? This is Warren Kiamco, noted mainly for playing nine ball against Thorsten Hohmann.
Well, I know Thorsten, but they're both obviously extremely talented players, and I guess we just have to wait and see how the game's going to unfold.
Yeah, you never can tell. Well, Thorsten, I had two run-ins with him. He dispatched me yesterday, and this should be a very interesting match.
Well, here they go.
Yeah, he just fast. That's sad.
Yeah. All right, that's a good break. He's leaving him long. You want to leave nothing, and if you can't leave nothing, you want to leave him long. What do you like here, Bob? You like shooting this shot? It doesn't look like anything's dead here.
Well, personally, I don't like shooting this shot, but these fellas are so good. If they can see it, they can make it.
Yeah,
So
the old timers would take scratches here, leave it, let the other guy shoot it. I've seen that done a lot of times by some really good shooters too. Thorsten's going to go for it. I don't see him taking
I think
a
so
scratch.
too.
Yeah. He's looking for dead shots. He's very direct. He sees it. He pulls the trigger. Okay. We're ready to see who's going to draw first blood here. Thorsten's getting down. He's cueing it. Oh, he's playing safe. He doesn't like the shot, and it's a horrible save.
Yeah.
And it's a foul. Oh. Well, he's got the opening. I still don't see any dead shots. I see the 1 and the 11. There's no break with the 1. What do you think, Bob? Can he make that 8 ball? Can he maneuver to the 8 off the 1 and the 11?
If he gets it right, and Warren is certainly capable of doing that. If he puts the ball on what's our left of the table here, where the 11 ball is on that side, if the 1 ball's cleared out, he looks like he might get it.
If he plays the 1 and the 11, gets it back to where it is now.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, speak English.
Okay.
You're in America now. Although this tournament, you couldn't tell where we were by the tournament because there's players from about 10 different countries and Brooklyn.
Which is a country unto itself.
That's right. Here we go. Well, unless he's going to break with the 11, I'd say he's going to try and maneuver for the... Well, the beauty of this is he can make the 11 and just take a scratch back up table. I think that was a foul on the opening safety by Thorsten. And we're playing on diamond tables, which are a little tougher, so he may not want to risk slamming the shot in.
You don't think he's going to go try to break him with this one,
well,
do you?
because you're hitting that 8 ball. It's a loose ball.
Yeah.
It'll absorb a lot of the force. Takes off. All right. Well, we're off.
He's got an angle on this one if he wants it.
Here's a little dilemma here. You got to pepper this ball a little because it's a little on the straight side, and you don't want to be hitting the balls hard on a tight pocket table. Maybe he's going to try and pull it across for the other ball, the green ball, the 6. Nope, went into it. Oh, whoa, lose that whitey. Oh, wow. That was exciting.
Yes.
Let's see. We've got about, you can't see from our camera angle, we've got about 30 people have staggered in here in the morning to watch this match. Real enthusiasts over here in this town. Lovely town, Richmond, Virginia. We're right outside of it in Midlothian. Hope I'm saying it right. Midlothian.
I think he got it right the second time.
Second time, Midlothian. right outside of Richmond. It's a charming little town. This event was put on by Peter Burrows, and the pool room helped immensely, contributing their room and finances to this event. So a big thanks to the Dorsey family and the people at Diamond Billiards. And Peter Burrows, of course. All right, well,
This should open them wide up.
yeah, I kind of like that ball in the side, but he's going to go to cut it. Nice touch.
Yeah.
Notice how he's able to kill that ball even at that angle. And what do you think here, Bob, about setting up that 7 for the break?
Yeah, just noticing on either side, they both seem to be just slightly in the rack. He's going to have to bump something.
Yeah.
I guess if he gets to where he plays the 4 and just rolls into the 7. Yeah, it might happen
See,
now.
he reversed that. Came back for the shot on the was it
Four
the
ball.
four ball to bump the 7, and then he could shoot the 10 in the side. Nice.
There you go.
10 to the 12 is going to be a little tricky. He's got to play the 9 and try and drop into that position. This is what I like about Warren's game. He's so steady. You know, he doesn't rattle. Okay, he's coming on in. He's going to just hit it soft, kill it, play the 12 up table, and then 8 in the side. Well, what do I know? He tried to improve the position of the 12, make it easy.
I guess he's going to go up and down the table with the 8 ball.
Yeah, I think he'll go 2 rails on this. Kill it with the second rail. 1, and there's the second.
And a nice angle to come out for the 7.
Yeah. You come across straight here, you put a little English on it, depending on the angle. What do you do, Bob?
I cross my fingers. I probably hit this one just center ball.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, well, we're out of the first rack. I think the score will be Warren 14, and Thorsten, I think he's on a
-1,
foul.
yeah.
I think he's on -1. I believe this match is the 150. Is it the 150?
Yes.
All right.
I wasn't sure on that opening safe. You said you thought it was a scratch. I wasn't sure if he hit that
Yeah, that's
ball
why I
hit
was
the rail
asking
or
about
not.
that. Yeah.
We'll see in a moment.
Tables were playing very nice. I believe these are all Simona's tables, again, one of our sponsors. And the Lucchese people, it was a Q sponsor here. And the live stream is provided by Inside Pool on the Billiard Channel.
They're not showing Thorsten as -1. Maybe that wasn't a scratch.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure he's going to draw this to the center of the table. I don't think he's going to slam it. What do I know?
Ooh.
Well, there's that problem. You catch the ball you're going into on the bottom side with a draw stroke, and it just picks up
That's
that
the
spin.
result, yeah.
It spins off into the pocket, and you think you're hitting it hard enough to stun it or to draw it back, and it doesn't really make a difference. You're hitting that spot.
I seem to find that spot, no matter how I hit it.
Well, I saw Mizrak do it on at the end of 100-something ball run against Mike Siegel. So even the greatest player in the world is capable of doing it. And he looked very surprised, if I recall, when it happened.
He was quite a player.
Yeah. I know in the opinion of some people, Mizrak was the greatest straight pool player of all time. And you certainly could construct an argument for that. Well, let's see. What's up with that 2 ball, Bob?
I think you can get into it.
I think now's the time.
Yeah, solve that problem and can escape with the 5 ball.
Yeah.
He could pick off the 3 and still be in shape for the 2.
Mm-hmm.
He moved the 6 ball off the rail at the same
Yeah.
time.
Well, Thorsten's such an explosive player that, he's liable to run out from almost any position. So once he gets going,
I'm always surprised if he misses.
yeah.
Yeah, unless he gets one of those rolls where you just come up on a ball and just absolutely nothing you can do. If he can see it, I think he's going to make it.
This was a very strong tournament, a very strong field here. We noted that there were players. How many countries did we count last night,
At least
Bob?
10.
We were
10.
counting 10 players that were registered for the tournament. 10 different countries, rather, not 10 players. I'm sorry, there were 40 players from 10 different countries, from Finland and Germany, Ireland. We had one from Greece who didn't show up. Poland, the Philippines. Of course, there were 3 players from the Philippines. So we had quite an international field here. And
Is there anybody here from Canada?
yes, Jason Klatt. We forgot to mention it.
Yeah,
That
so
was-
now we're up to 11.
Yeah. The Netherlands had about 4 players. Matter of fact, the finals of the American Open here, the semifinals, has 4 players, and none of them are American. Okay, I think he's going to try and maneuver to the other side of the table, to the right side of the table.
There it
And
goes,
start opening up paths for these balls. I don't think he wanted to be on that rail. I'm sure of that. He's
Yeah.
going to bump the 7 out now. Play the 4 and bump the 7.
Might want, and 7 will probably be the break ball because he's
Yeah.
got the 2 key balls there already.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You should have played in this event, Bob.
Yeah.
Well, why not? You're able to call out 3-4 shots ahead. Why not?
I didn't want to make these guys look bad.
That's
They've been doing this their whole lives. as
awfully nice
professional
of you.
Players, yeah.
Awfully decent of you. Oh, look, he's bailing out of that. I guess he feels he's going to use the 11.
Yeah.
Notice the 10-3-9. He's going to get rid of that. That's why he's playing this ball first. Is that the 12 or the 10? Let me see.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
If it's the 10, I think it would be the second 10 ball because you called another shot as the 10 ball earlier.
Well, I like that number. So I've always been partial to 10. So
So this is pretty good. He'll probably just about stop this here, bring it back an inch or 2.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, everything going good here.
He'll pull it up in line with the side pockets probably.
Yep, there you
you
go.
go.
Beautiful, just like that. Well, Warren's little miscue on the break there, his misstep rather, is cost him.
From what I've observed of Thorsten, he's going to slam this shot with draw, and the cue ball's going to go to the back rail and then come back up the table.
You know, he has another angle where he draws it to the side rail, and it goes back to the rack again. And I don't know how he gets that much action on the ball. He's got some arm here. He could be a real fastball pitcher for his baseball. This one looks like it is coming back. He's hitting a massive draw. Well, he's going back.
Usually he snaps it off that rear rail, and it comes back up to the middle of the table.
Are you
And-
doing tongue twisters deliberately?
Yes.
Just making it. Yeah. You know, the drawback to the way he hits the break shots, of course, is that you miss more break shots and you scratch more often. But it leads to a lot more openings for him, and he feels it's worth the trade-off. Soft roll this. He's got the 13.
Ooh.
Rail first.
Yeah.
That's the shot. Tony Robles likes playing it like that. Another fine player who has missed. This was a very, very strong tournament from top to bottom. He's going to try and spread these balls out a little more. He's not worried about the 3 and the. Well, anytime I don't know the color of a ball from now on, I'm just going to call it the 12. No, I know that shot. I was looking at the ball up the table. That straight ball opposite the 3.
It's 10, 12, or 14. Take your choice. The 12 is near the rack. Just rolling now.
Very
Look
nice.
at that.
Oh, ooh. That was the slow boat to China shot.
You were saying earlier that these tables have
These shelves, the pockets extend
Yeah.
well past the rail, more so than on a Brunswick table.
That one might have cost Thorsten.
Yeah. Okay, well, he's going to get rid of that yellow stripe thing and then go for the 1, I guess. And at the end pattern, I guess he's going to leave the 8 and the 6.
Yeah. He might leave the 4 to set up for the 8 and draw back and leave himself with the 15
Where's the 4?
on the
That's-
right-hand side by the second
That's the
diamond.
4?
I think
That's
so.
what I meant. Okay, sorry.
No, he just moved that one.
Oh,
And that could become the new key ball.
yeah. Oh, that's pretty definite.
Yeah.
Unless he's going to leave the 8 as a key. We'll get to see how he can maneuver off of these. The trouble with playing the 6 is that you tend to turn the cue ball loose.
If he doesn't want to play the 15.
Well, he doesn't want to give up the break shot, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, is he going to set up the other one? Wow. I think he tried to clip the 6 and push it over. Or he's just going to leave the 8 for the break. I think that's what he's doing here. And play the
That
3
would
and the
work, yeah.
12, and you,
Yeah.
you stick
Side
it.
pocket break.
Yeah. He's a pretty sneaky guy, this Thorsten. You got to keep your eye on him all the time.
And he still might break with the 6.
That's exactly what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
He's going to use the 3, 12, 8 for the keys.
Yeah.
It's a very nice, very focused hits.
Just pull this back. Won't get past the middle of the table. Yeah, there it is.
There you go, 28.
You know, if you think back, Thorsten's 28
Ca-
came off of Warren's sunk break shot that scratched.
I'm sure it's.
Yeah, Warren's aware of that.
I'm sure. Yeah, more than. Hey, I want to say hello to all my friends back at Easy Street Billiards in Monterey, my new hometown. It's my home room, and I want to thank them again for helping to sponsor me for this event. One of my sponsors, Easy Street Billiards in Monterey. If anyone's ever out there, look me up. We'll hit a few. All right, back to the action. I don't think he can see this 11. Not
Gotta
much.
be tight.
Yeah, and you don't have much if you do make it. You can't break with it. So he's got to look for something else.
And feathering it to stay down on the bottom is
Yeah,
on
it
a
looks
tight
like
shot like that.
I think the 13 is dead if the 11's out of the way. So if he can play the 11 and hold it, he can then play the
5
5.
and then the 14-13 or
Yeah.
10-13.
That's the 14, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, they asked me to do this commentary over here, and Alvin and from Inside Pool agreed to give me $500 for doing the commentary. It's very generous of him.
You're only getting 500? I got
Yeah, he's giving me
1,000.
$500. That's
getting
nice. He's a
1,000.
good guy, Alvin. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, I guess he's got the shot. All right, he's coming around.
Oh, he's
Eh,
got
that
the,
ball
he
is
got the
dead.
13, yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, he's gonna make some donuts here.
There was no lack of confidence on that shot either. He knew just what he was doing.
Well, he pulled up on that. I thought he would hit it harder,
Yeah,
but he got out.
He'll work him.
Yeah. Nice the way he did that.
Probably take the 14 next. No? Okay. No. 14's coming, so.
Yeah.
I guess he's going to go 2 rails, bottom rail, side rail to set up the 14.
Yeah, it's kind of straight. He might stun it and just come back up on the right side of the table. He's a little straight. I don't know how tough it is for him to maneuver off that 5 ball.
I hate it sometimes you wind up just so straight you can't do anything with it.
Yeah, you're hamstrung.
Yeah, 2 rails.
Now again, if he goes into that and tries to go into the stack here, he might catch that. What is that? The 4 ball, which is hanging loose over there.
Well, that's the one ball I guess he doesn't want to hit if he's going into the...
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd like to hit the 1. Oh, I guess that's
Went
what he
right through
wanted, yeah.
Okay, I guess he's gonna go into them now. Uh-oh.
I guess he's got the 4 ball. I'm not sure if he can quite see, what is it,
Yeah.
the 12?
Yeah, I don't. I'm sure he's not happy playing the 4 ball because you can't maneuver off of it.
No, but he can go 4, then 12 in the side, and
Yeah, but not easy.
15, and
It's
none
not-
of these are easy shots.
Yeah, he's bridging over 2 balls if he plays the 4. I'm sure if he had the 8, he'd be playing it now. He can't like this shot.
He might hit it hard enough to just come out and try to break him with the 15.
That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
The angle was leading in a different direction than I thought. Might have a dead 1 ball now.
On the kiss off the 10?
No, the other
Oh, it's
direction.
12.
Towards the right, low right.
I see. Yeah.
Got to stay with us, Bob. Now, wake up.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that 1 ball's so dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
I guess it is.
If he's there.
Where he put it, I guess I got to defer.
Or it's the worst position ever.
I told you it was dead.
That was a nice shot. He's got the 15 for the break. Well, poor Warren, there's a chance he might not shoot again. I mean, right now he's not favored not to shoot, but
With Thorsten, you don't know.
you don't know. I mean,
Of course, you opening your mouth, you might have given Thorsten the kiss of death here.
yeah, for real. That was nice. I don't think he kicked that out, but he could work off of it. Well, that's a narrow pocket, that side pocket, under normal conditions.
Yeah, and a tight pocket table, it's that much.
Yeah, I wish
much
they had
more.
drawn lines on it. I don't know what the reluctance is among table mechanics of drawing lines, but it makes it so much easier to read this game. Oh. Whoa!
Tight tight pocket bit him.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough shot.
Well, it
anyway.
only took 2 shots, I think, until you mentioned
Until I
Thorsten
ruled
running
it.
out
Yeah.
that you killed him.
Yeah. Well, it didn't take long.
Running out on a tight pocket table like this.
Yeah.
You know, from 0.
Yeah.
That's quite a run.
26-12 more he has. That's 38. So 38-13, and Warren has his work. Yeah, that's the worst part. Warren was on a scratch, so. Well, he's got to play this ball because there's no way to play the 3 and come back for the 12, so he's got to play this. And he gets himself nice, and notice how he doesn't take it for granted that the 3 is hanging and leave himself 5 feet away. He gets as close as possible.
Just going to draw this one straight back.
Is he? I don't know. Maybe he's going to go one rail off the back rail.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah. Boom.
Boy, that's nice.
Oh, yeah, he's got a knockout punch here. This is right in his wheelhouse. This is an easy shot. He should generate a lot of action. He can free the cue ball from the rack. And he can do a lot of damage here. Hey, these tables are playing great. I mean, the conditions were very good. It wasn't damp. The tables were rolling good. Everything was recloth. The Simona's cloth was playing beautifully. It was really nice conditions.
You know, to revisit what you mentioned a little while ago about why they don't draw the triangles on the table.
Yeah.
I was speaking to a pool table mechanic one day, and he said a lot of mechanics are reluctant to do it because you only get one chance at it.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but they're professionals, and
Yeah, I drew the triangle on my table at home, but I practiced. Just before he changed the felt, I kept drawing triangles again and again on the felt that was coming off the next day. And so when the time came, I was still there was a little trepidation, but I decided I'm going to go for it, and it came out fine.
well, you got your new career lined up.
Yes,
Triangle drawer.
Yeah.
Drawer. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
I don't
trouble.
like that shot.
I think he can
He
maybe...
lollygagged that position.
How's the 7 ball looking?
The 7 ball looks okay, but can he slam the 5?
He's got to get to the hit.
Yeah, I think
And the 1 might cut in.
that's the 9 ball, you mean?
Oh, no.
Which
it's
way
the
you
1
looking
ball.
at? Wait a minute. Oh, you might be able to cut the 1 in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking
That's what
about
I meant
the 7.
when I said he might be able to cut the 1 ball in.
You said the 1 might cut in.
Yeah,
And
okay.
we were discussing the 7. Don't get flip here, fella.
Okay.
That's- All right, we've got dissension in the ranks here. It's getting rather rank.
And this is early on in the broadcast.
That's right. And we're in a cubicle somewhere. We're not even out on the floor, so pardon our claustrophobia here. He's cutting the 1 in.
Maybe you could get them to turn the heat up in here, Danny. I'm getting awfully cold.
Of course, Bob is being facetious. We wouldn't know that, but we really are in a small office, and it's filled with electronics, and me smoking a cigar doesn't help.
That's not happening.
That's not going to happen, huh?
He's playing the combo, huh?
No, he's playing the 14. He tried to bump that 3 off a double kiss DQ. I think if he doesn't have the 7 ball or the 8,
Try the combo.
he might have to play the combo. That might be the right shot anyway. I probably not, but
He's in a good spot on the table if he's going to shoot that shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm
about where he
thinking.
wants to be. I guess he's going for it. I don't think he has any other option.
He might not be able to make that 7.
That's what I'm saying. It's this or look for a safe. Yeah. I'm sure he'd rather be the one taking a swing at that one than
Yeah.
playing a safe and leaving that for Thorsten.
All right, which one of these? Not the 3 first. Very interesting.
He's probably going to come off and try to bump something or at a minimum get to the other side. There
Yeah,
you go.
nice shot. You got to jack up for this and hope you come up with a shot when you're done.
I think he's going to go for the 2 ball. And
No, too tough.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of gives him more natural. Comes
Yeah,
off
he's
and
not going
he's
to
got
lose.
the 11.
He's not going to lose the cue ball. Forget that.
Okay.
That ship has sailed for him. He's going to make what he can make, and
Yeah, perfect.
now where's the break going to be? We know you can play the 11-2, the 3, and then the 9 and get into. Now, what do you do with it once you get there?
Well, if he gets to the side of the table where the 9 ball is, play the 7 and bump. What is that? The 8? Or the
Yeah,
6?
he could also play the bump right now, which looks like. Oh, I guess he can't. All right, he's going to play the 2 and then the 3, and then maybe come back for the 10.
Let's
Because
see,
this
puts
way he
it-
could play the 7 and the 8 and use the 4 as a break shot.
He might
4
draw
on the
back
side.
too.
Mm,
It doesn't look like it.
coming around.
Good time to maybe take out the 3 and come across table for the 9.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot. It has some danger, so that's I think why you'd like to maybe clear out the other ball. Positionally, you're right though. I happen to agree with you. I think that's a right decision to play the 3, but it might be not practical.
If he doesn't get all the way across for the 9, he can still have the 12 ball to lead into the
Yep.
position for the 7.
So he's got to consider making the shot. I'd be surprised if he pulls the trigger on this.
Get ready to be surprised.
There you go. You come up
Oh,
short.
sort of in no man's land here.
Yeah.
A little too much for the 12 and a little too little for the 9.
Yeah, I think that shot was a little too ambitious. I don't think he should. I think he should have played the 12 and bailed, then used it to get closer to the 3, then come
If he
3-9.
If he's this softly, he's got some good options if he just stays in that little area between the first and forget what I said.
Yeah. 8 could be a good break shot now, but it's a little low.
Yeah.
He could play the 4, then play the 8 and the 7, use the 12 as a break.
He could use the 7 as a break too.
That's below the rack?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. We can't tell because there's no triangle drawn on the
Danny,
table.
why do you think it is they don't have triangles?
I don't know. Maybe nobody took geometry in school. I don't know.
He could go, I guess that's the 12 up to the corner, 4 in the side, or 8, I can't see the, yeah, it looks like it's the 4, and then the 8 ball is the key ball on the 7.
Hey, one of my fellow Californians in this event, Bob Jewett, and it pains me to say that. Refer to myself as a Californian. Anyway, he's a mechanical engineer,
Look at
and he's
that.
been drawing these white lines around the table. I don't know if you noticed
Yes,
them during the week.
on Saturday I saw him drawing
Using a
them.
mechanical pencil of some sort. He just scribes them right in there, and they wear out after a while. It's like a chalky type of substance. But at least there was something to go by.
Well, you were talking, I presume you did notice that ball didn't drop in the corner.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
wow.
right. Thorsten is now at the table.
Wow. These pockets being deep, it means that when you're shooting a shot like this, sometimes you're going to hit the nipple, and it makes it very difficult to come out of the pocket. See, he didn't use the rails. He actually drew out of the pocket.
Yeah, that's what I thought Warren was going to do earlier on the 3, and you were right when you said he would come off the rail.
Well, what's this thing? There you go. Is that going to spin into position?
Yes.
Ooh. All right, he's got it. Yeah. Very nice. All right. Well, the score is looking like something to something else. What do we got there? Right now it's saying 39-15. But we're going
Thorsten's
to
at
get
about 42.
Yeah, we're going to get an update on the score right now. Peterborough's
It's
coming over.
42-26.
This event has been held in different venues over the last 10 years, and it's solely through the hard work of Peterborough's. But even with that, without the help of the rooms that have along the way that have helped them, and specifically right now, Diamond Billiards, this event couldn't go on. Peter is the driving force, and Diamond has really been a great sponsor to help out with this.
I just met Peter at my first time at this event, so I just met him this weekend, and he really does seem like he's dedicated to seeing this event prosper and and grow to become
What it is.
What it actually has achieved at this year. I mean, the field at this event is just beyond belief.
Yeah.
The talent here is just phenomenal.
Thorsten's got a very easy rack here, so just name some of a few of these players.
Might be easy for you and Thorsten, but I could find a way to get into trouble without any problem.
We got a very young kid from, young man from the Netherlands, Evo Arts, very strong
23
player.
years old, I believe. Yeah.
Gave Mika a run for his money yesterday.
Deep into the tournament too, as one of the final 8 players.
Yeah, Darren Appleton, Johnny Archer, Carl Boyce from the United Kingdom, Peterborough's, Bobby Chamberlain, who didn't make it this year. I thought he was going to be here. Kevin Clark, very strong player out of Pennsylvania. Good junior.
Thorsten
left himself tough.
Yeah.
Well, Karen Core was here. Mike Davis. Karen Core came in second last year. Mike DeShane, very strong young player from New England. Corey Duell. Ralph Eckert from Germany. Niels Fayen, also another champion player. This list just goes on and on with all these World Open winners. Bobby Hunter, Johnny Archer.
Nice shot, Thorsten.
Tommy Walters from Queens, extremely strong player. We got guys from New York, Mike Yednek, Sean Morgan, who now lives in Alaska. From Alaska. His name is Alaska. Dr. Mendengian from Connecticut, Mark Kalungian. This was a strong field across the board.
Speaking of Mark, he's talking about getting a tournament started, an additional straight pool tournament in Connecticut. I believe he's planning to tie that in within a few days of the Alan Hopkins, show that he does in the Valley Forge area.
Uh-huh. Well, Thorsten shot himself out of one jam. Now he's using a bridge on another. I just turned the page, another page. Rodney Morris, Dennis Orculo, Darrell Peach.
Boy, some talent.
Jason Shaw. Alex Pagulan. Nick Vanderberg. I mean, this is a strong field. Sean Wilkie, come on. Give me a break here. Give me a friggin' break.
Last night, Jason Shaw.
Forget about it.
Last night, Jason Shaw was fooling around at the table with, standing with a few players, no match going on or anything. And he says, I've got a new game, finger pool. And he sets up this long cut shot, just the way the balls happen to be on the table. And he makes like he's chalking up his index finger, and he lines it up, and he goes boom with his index finger, and he cuts in this really hard shot to make with a pool cue. Really something to see.
Well, hey, and what's the next semifinal match coming up after this?
That's Mika and Darren Appleton.
That's going to be a barn burner.
Yes.
I don't know if I gave an update on the score before. It's Thorsten 42 to Warren
26.
Kiamco 26. Kiamco, with Thorsten still shooting, so he could run this up to 56. Be a third of the way home.
He's actually a third of the way home right now.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to thank another one of my sponsors, Seek & Q's. Evan Clark, longtime master cue maker, really was helpful to me. Waitress just came in without a menu. We've been here for about 40 minutes. We haven't had a menu.
Oh, do you want one?
No.
He wants some free food. He doesn't want a menu.
That's all I have.
No. I'm sure you will.
Where did my NFL sheet go?
That was a great shot that he just played.
Yes.
In between all this fooling around over here. That was just a wonderful positional shot. 3 rails. He dropped it in up the table for the 14.
Doesn't really have, any ideal break shots here.
You're right. He's looking at a side pocket break shot right
Yeah.
now, and the 3 ball is very close to the middle.
Which doesn't make it such a great side pocket
Yeah.
break shot. He might bump it a little bit right
Yeah,
here.
I don't think so. I don't think he's going to play this. I think he's going to play the 13.
See, if I was shooting, I could bump the 3 with no problem. Problem for me, though, would be is I wouldn't have made the 9.
You might not bump the 3 either. Don't get carried away, fella. All right.
Might use the 9 in the side.
He
if
might use
if
the
he
9
can
in the
come in behind it.
I got news for you. It's a high break shot, but he might use the 9 in the corner, depending on the angle here. So we see what he can
Yeah,
get
he's
to.
drawing back. You're right. That's what he's doing.
Yep.
Oh, he drew back all right.
Yeah, but there's no rail
Wow.
there. All right, so we've gone all the way to 54 now.
Yeah,
We should have 54.
taking off for the scratch 54.
Warren's got to come up with the spot shot. Now, this is something I was talking to Tommy Walters, very strong player from Queens, about the lack of people playing spot shots. Like people used to play spot shots all the time, and now because of tournament rule 9 ball, nobody plays spot shots. It's not a shot that comes up.
My son calls the spot shot a foul shot, like in the
Foul
NBA, because it's basically the only shot that you can set up repetitively over and over and over.
Well, he happens to be right about that. It does come up, and one pocket players will make spot shots that comes up in one pocket. Naturally, in straight pool, it comes up too. All right, Warren's going to have to produce on this. He just has to make the ball and get close to the 9. If he doesn't come up with the correct angle on the break shot, because Thorsten's on a scratch, he could just play safe off of it. So it's not critical to set up the next shot, but he's got to make this shot. And this is not something he wants to do. He doesn't want to be shooting a 7-foot shot with a big angle and trying to get 2-rail position.
One of the things that players at this level seem to not have a problem with that, less experienced players do have a problem with is simply remembering when your opponent is on a scratch. Sure, you remember 2 or 3 shots later, but if you're on a few racks and then you miss, you've that how you got to the table is kind of distant in your mind.
Yeah, that
And-
happens.
and you
yeah,
forget.
No. Well, no, they make mental errors too. Everybody does. Well, they're going to make less mental errors than everyone else. He's taking out the 9 ball. He's going to try. I don't know if he's going to try and bump the 1 or.
It's got to be what he's doing.
Oh, he could just.
Or
be,
playing for the knowing where the 1 ball's going to be and bring it back. He's
there he
bumping it.
goes. Oh, what a good
And he's
shot!
in the rack?
What a good shot that is. Oh, heads up
Wow.
play. Now, even if he decides not to try to do something heroic with the 1 ball, he could just pocket the 1 ball, turn
and leave
around,
Thorsten on the end of the
and,
table.
turn around and
Yeah.
play this. Yeah, that
Take
was
the scratch. Yeah.
You see how dicey that spot shot is? He could probably make it 9, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to risk it. As strong a player as Warren is, that's the respect he has for Thorsten's game. He didn't
Yeah.
want to turn over 2 balls on the table. Well, that might not be a bad option, playing safe. You pocket the ball and then take the scratch.
Yeah.
He's looking for ways to.
Think he's going to pop this one off? No, he's going to do what
No,
you were
he's
saying.
not. That's not
Well, when he
him.
went to the other side,
He was
side
looking.
of the table.
He was
I
looking. He's just going to pocket this. Megan Fort just walked in. What a great tournament director. She did such a great job handling 40 animals and Peter Burrows.
Watch this here. I gotta do something.
All right, he's going into this is a very bad save. He didn't remember. This is a major error. He does not remember that Thorsten was on a scratch.
Yeah, apparently he didn't.
This is a very easy safety to get out of. He should have hamstrung him, and he ran the risk of turning the table over. If that cue ball is on directly on top of the top ball, he can just go to the rail and come back into the stack.
Yes, stick him into the side. How's that 15 ball looking in the corner, Danny?
Doubt it.
I'm sure it's
try
not
and cut
even
it in?
close if
No.
Thorsten hasn't glanced in that direction.
Thorsten takes a scratch. We can bet that he's forgotten that he's on the first one.
I don't think that happened.
Now, did Warren just take a scratch, or was that a good safety?
No, Warren's safe was good.
Warren safe. So Thorsten's on a scratch, and let's see what he does here. He should just go off the rack and come back into it.
Shooting the opposite direction as he's shooting.
Yes, shooting towards the left rail. Oh,
He's calling the
playing.
8.
Oh boy,
You think he's going to kiss it?
I think he's on Thorazine or something. I don't know what he's doing here. This is brinksmanship.
You know, who does he think he is? Thorsten Hohmann?
That's a good point. Nobody shoots like Thorsten Hohmann. Not even Thorsten Hohmann. He's playing the kiss off. Weak. Bad play. This can cost him.
Each of them just made, tactical errors that you wouldn't expect from them.
Wow, that was a very bad move on Warren's part to play that safety. It's just an easy safety to get out of.
But it paid off.
Yeah, well, Thorsten didn't play a good safe. He tried a very reckless shot.
Thorsten might have had, too much of a gap between him and that
Him
one
and
ball.
The 9,
The 9 or the 1,
yeah.
whatever it is at the top
I
there.
don't know. Kind of looked like he was pretty close to it, that he could have manipulated the ball. I guess he feels more comfortable shooting than playing a safe. But I didn't like that shot at all. Now he's going to just play this and roll down for the 3, and he's off to the races.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow is right. And wow spelled backwards is still wow.
I guess the nerves are, the pressure is
Yeah.
beginning to show.
I judging by the way he hit that, I can't imagine what he was playing for. There's no way to tell.
I thought he was going to hit it softly and just kind of roll down.
Roll up for the
Yeah.
3, sure. He might not have had the angle to hold it.
Boy, this is going to open the whole table up. The shots that are going to follow now. You can just see it unfolding.
Yeah. I didn't like that shot.
I thought he was going to follow it forward, take the 8, and then the 12 to break them up.
Yeah. I don't care for that shot. Going to try and work off the 7 here. Oh.
The 8, maybe right into the rack. He's going to
Boom.
go off that rail.
There's going to be an
Bang,
explosion.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Shakalaka. He got it.
As
Yeah.
I said, he's going to be opened up very shortly.
He's got one problem here, and that's that 9 ball up the table. He's got the 4 ball for the break. He's got the 13 and the 5 leading into it. So he's off. He's off to the races. He gets that 9 ball, you can kiss this game goodbye. He's just going to pile on the pressure here.
We'll kiss this rack goodbye anyway.
Yeah.
Watching.
Side pocket is the right shot,
Yeah.
and then pick up the 9. Leave the
Yeah, you
15.
can get pretty straight in on the 9 and then just pull it right back.
Yeah, this way with the 15 hanging there, you don't have to worry about position too much
Yeah.
playing this ball.
And it'll come right back down the table.
This rack is history.
But when you watch these players play at this level, the game's never over. If somebody misses at one ball short of the game, and the opponent comes up, everybody in this tournament basically is capable of running out.
Yeah,
running all that you need.
Yeah, this table makes it a little tougher for it.
Yeah.
Warren's at 27. He'll need 123.
Mika had I don't know the ball count number, but I was watching part of his match last night, and he had a very nice run on this table.
Yeah. 14, 13, 5. Well, Mika's another terrific player. He's gonna have runs on this table, but it's still a more difficult table.
Yeah, I think Mika's going to have runs on any table.
Oh,
he
too much English.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't want to put that much juice on the ball.
But he's going to hold it. He's not. I don't think he's going to draw it to the rail. I think he's just going to hold it in. He's going to pull it back a few inches and just slide it over towards the center a little. Oh
no, he didn't have it. He didn't have it. Oh, that's a very interesting
you might
shot.
see the side pocket.
No,
here.
that's not. Wow.
Well, there he goes. That was quite a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, he had too much angle on that ball. I'll give another shout out for myself for Segan Hughes, who also sponsored me. I don't know if I mentioned them before, but I will mention them now. And Evan Clark, the cue maker, made the head cue maker over where at what used to be Shown Cues. He's now the owner of Segan Cues. You can look them up online. It's SEGEN. I want to thank them especially, and the Molinari glove people. All right, here we go. Did he miss the break shot? Yes, he did. That was a tough angle. And that's all because he got out of line shooting the 13 3 balls ago. That was a direct consequence of that decision.
What we were talking about earlier at the hotel, when you get out of line just that little bit, and it just throws everything out of whack.
Yeah. And one more shameless plug. I got to thank the people at the Parawire Company also for their support. It's a manufacturer of metal cable, metal wire.
Close enough, Danny.
Close enough.
Quite a bit of craft wire. And
craft wire, yes.
Wire for just about anything you need.
Yeah. Of which Bob is the president.
Appreciate the plug, Danny.
Thank you for your support. And also, okay, now back to the game. And Warren has gotten a reprieve, a stay of execution from the governor. 67-28 with him at an open rack puts him right back into the thick of things, where Thorsten could have put it away by making that break shot.
What do you think of him working his way over to get rid of that 13 ball or 11 ball on that side rail?
Well, if you do that, you've got no way to enter the position. I guess he can swing around from the other 2 balls later. I guess he felt the need to open up this position a little more. This position is not cooperating very well. Balls are locked up.
When the 1 ball came rolled back up in there, it kind of tied things up a little bit.
Yes, it did. Yeah. So he's got problems. He's got the 1-2, the 4-9, the 11, and the 3 is isolated.
Well, if he clears the 5s, then he can pick the 1 off into the into the corner pocket.
Playing the 7 right now is not a bad alternative, rolling up trying to bump the 11 out of the way. He's going to play this and go for the 11. Yuck.
Gee.
I'm not crazy about that
What
shot.
you said, had he gone to bump the 11, that would have been a really good shot, because had he missed it and just gone past the 11, he had the 15 in the side waiting for him, which would have led to the 3, or he could have drawn back for the 11 again.
Yeah, that 11's going to bite him in the rump at some point if he doesn't deal with it. And the 4-9 is no joy either here. He's rapidly running out of options because he's got so many problems and nothing is pretty.
Well, I think he's got to take the 5 ball here, but he doesn't agree with me.
No, he's got to clear the 15, the 3, and get back for the 11. Then he can take the 5. I don't know if the 9-7 is the combination. Wow, he's all over the joint here. All right.
Well, he can bump this little pairing right now, the 1-4.
He might have been going for the 3 and hoping to get a different angle. He just wound up straight, so he can't play it.
Yeah, there goes the 1-4.
Nice and easy.
And
And then let's put another ball on top. Let's put another log on the fire. Can't play the 3.
Jeez, this is getting... Yeah, did you see his hand just go up?
Yeah, he knows he's up against it now. He's got to cut that 5 in and try and go into the 11
And the
and
3,
kill it.
and the 3 is still basically a straight-in shot.
Yeah, he can't work off that ball.
He doesn't have an angle to work with there at all.
Yeah.
Well, he got rid of the 3.
Yep. He's in the same position now. He can't play the 7 because it's too difficult to shot.
Well, there's nothing that gets any easier on this table.
No, but you can't. Well, I guess he's got to go for it now and try and get on that 11.
And the 11 doesn't really lead to anything particularly
Nope.
good either.
Well, now he's got to break on the 2 ball. And he
And he can go into the cluster on the bottom.
Yeah. He's running out of time to get on that 11.
But this should solve some problems for him here. And maybe create an option for getting to that 11.
Oh, now he's stuck.
Yeah, he's got a tough shot to play.
The 4 doesn't pass underneath the 1, does it? He's got to play that 11 under less than ideal circumstances. Fortunately for him, the 11's not on the rail, and he's not that far away from it. And if he does make it, he survived this ridiculously bad position because he came out with a break shot. The 9 is a break shot, so. Five one eight, no, 5-8-1. The 8 is too close to the 9.
What's up? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I don't want one. Appreciate it.
I don't know what he's thinking of here, playing that 9 ball, unless it's too low for a break. Oh, he's just sizing it up right now. Okay, I say the 5, 8, and then the 1. Look how this is confusing to him with just a few balls on the table. That's the beauty of straight pool. There's nothing to tell you how to proceed. Even now with 3 balls, there's nothing to tell him. Should he keep the 8, play the 8 and play off the 1?
I think that's what he has to do. Play.
Yeah.
He's got 2 ways, I guess, he can play off the 1. If he comes down low, cue ball comes off the side rail where he's standing.
I think that's the right play. I
And
don't
then-
think there is a second play.
Well, if he comes into the area he's at right now,
Can't count on that.
well, come in on that angle. Yeah,
Can't-
but yeah, that's why I said the first way first.
Yeah.
Well,
Tried to improve the position of that ball. Wow.
but that's breakable. That
Yeah.
9 will still,
You gotta go 2 rails and into a perfect position for this to make it manageable. He's not happy with this.
And the problem with this break shot is so many times you see people just frozen into the rack.
Yeah, that's a good hit. That's a real good shot. That's
He earned his money on that rack.
he sure did. He sure did.
Of course, he dug the hole also.
He did. He didn't help his own cause. I'm surprised that he didn't keep that 9 for the break. Again, we can't tell here, and we're not even outside where we can glance over and take a look. We're in a booth.
Did Thorsten get any this rack?
No, he missed the break shot.
Right. Okay. So
So
it's
that's
42.
62, 47.
No.
67, 42.
42,
It's a
yeah.
form of dyslexia. I shouldn't make fun of dyslexics. From either angle.
Side pocket.
Whoa.
Wow. That's he scratched twice off of break shots, and did Thorsten scratch once off a break? I don't remember. He had that
He
shot
scratched
into
twice.
the side, scratched into the side.
Thorsten missed a break shot. And I don't know if Thorsten scratched on a break shot. But there have been 3 errors on the breaks. That'll happen when the tension gets high. This is not a gimme. No
That's
shot.
right. And
no
there's a
shot.
lot of pressure on
Yeah.
the shot because he's going to get the position, and
the 10
you
is an
better
option.
make the shot.
The 10 is an option here right now. He could have.
Yeah, but you
found
turn the
the
cue
window.
ball loose a little bit
Yeah.
with that.
All right, he came
Yeah,
down.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, but he didn't get the angle he wanted to break with it. So he's going to wind up playing that 10 ball as a break.
If he's on the side of the table where the 10 ball is, you think he's got room to use the 9 into the lower right-hand corner?
Once he gets that other ball out of the way, the 14.
Yeah, if he could place the cue ball, let's say, a little bit above the first diamond on the left rail, do you think he's got a window into the 9 ball?
Yeah, maybe. He's got to get rid of the 10, though.
Yeah, well,
How do you go from the 10 over to there? It might just be simpler to use the 10 as the break.
You think he can float it to get to the 10 ball right now, coming off the bottom rail?
No. No.
Yeah, that
No, I mean
doesn't seem
after
doable.
after playing the 12, I mean.
Okay.
I'm going to eat an Oreo cookie here. I had to do it. The technician warned me that it would pick up all sorts of crunching sounds, and I just wanted to be sure.
You're such an evil person. How's the 8-1 in the corner looking?
No, you can't play that.
No, I wasn't. I'm just curious. It looks like it's a little towards the lower rail.
I don't know if he meant to hit that ball, the 10 ball, but now is the time to see if he's going to swing around. I don't think he can go in. Oh, he's looking to go into it, I
He's
think.
winding up a bit.
Yeah, he is winding up a lot.
Always got the 15 ball. Not an easy shot.
Not an easy shot. He might play the
8 in the corner, maybe?
Yeah, that's not the 8. That's the
6?
6. Yeah, I think that'd be the shot. He won't be shooting over a ball.
And it's actually a simpler shot. Yeah, 15 in the corner is another option.
Nah, he's shooting over the ball and ball. He's not playing that shot. Wow.
Just float up for the position on the 13. Oh, he went to
Wow.
the corner. He went to
Nice
the
shot.
corner. Look at that.
Well, he had more control of the cue ball that way. He just let it loose, and he didn't have to worry about his next shot because he had the 11 or the 8. Very nice. Heads up play. Of course, when you can shoot like him, it stretches out your position a lot.
You think he's going to take those? Yeah, he's going for the middle
Yep,
balls.
he sure is.
I thought he might have played the 8 and come down and cleared the 14 and 9. Yeah, taking care of the bottom of the table. Ooh.
Yeah, he could work off the 13 here. One thing we were missing here were beads to keep score, and it's been a pain in the ass. Keep it writing down scores and flipping those charts over, flipping the numbers over on the board, as opposed to just picking up your cue and moving a stack of beads over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there he goes. All right.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Think he's going to go into them now?
It's a good chance he might.
It's on the rail.
Yeah. All he's got to do is touch him a little bit. He's got to jack up for that, though.
Yeah.
Nope. Not yet. Good shot.
You can pull it right into them here. Right in the middle of the 6-5.
Might not.
I heard you eat a cookie out there.
Was it his...
Dream outside. It was crunchy and delicious, and I'm hungry. Free plug for Oreo.
See if Nabisco will send you a check.
Come on, Nabisco. Get off.
Whoa, we're looking at the 7 up the table. Here's an option too. I don't know how straight he is on the 9. He could just pocket the 9, shoot the 3 in the side.
I think he's going to play the 9 into the... No, I thought he was going to pull it into the 6 and the 5.
I don't know what you break with this. I mean, it was good to get to where he wanted to, but now having gotten there,
That's why I thought he'd go into
What
the
has he
6
got?
and the 5. And now he's going to break these others up.
you're going to hit that 3 ball. It's not a good, not a heads-up play. You're going to have to hope that the 3 hits the cluster and you don't get stuck. And
where's the cue ball going off the 3?
yeah, there it goes.
Yeah.
And he missed the shot because you
and,
got to
and
do
look
too
where
much.
the cue ball's going.
This is getting ugly, folks.
Keep your eye on the screen for a minute. I gotta mess around.
Okay, well, we know Warren's shooting the 8 because he's not psychotic. And then he'll shoot the 5. And if the 6 is out of the rack, I think he's going to play the 8 and then the 5 and come up and try and get the 6 or the 3.
The combo isn't good, is it? The 3-6 I can't see from here.
I don't think so. I mean, he'd be on that like Grant on Richmond.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, I shouldn't use that analogy here.
How about try white on rice?
What to do? You see, the 5 is a little close to the rail to be an effective break shot itself, so he can't clear the 7-3-6.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't get to the 3-6 because the 7's in the way. Come back for the 5 and hope to get in there.
I look at these situations and, I don't really see a solution. And then they play one shot and suddenly, it was right in front of me. How did
Yeah.
I not see that?
There he goes. He comes back. He can almost shoot the 3 now and open up this position.
Not almost. He can shoot it.
Well,
Just does he want to shoot it?
you're moving the 6 under the 7, and you got to come up with a shot at the 5. He's shooting it.
Just stopping it.
Yeah, no, he's shooting it. Yeah.
No, but stopping the cue ball about where
I
the
think
3
you're-
is gives him
yeah,
the
I
shot
think
on
you're
the
right.
5.
Yeah. Whoa. Up.
Okay, 7 ball's the key ball.
No, it ain't. You can't play that 7 is the key.
Can you play
can't-
the 5
Nah.
softly and come right into position for
No,
the
you-
7 in the side?
Too
Oh, you
tough.
can use the 5 as the key ball,
Yeah,
too.
it's too tough to get the position. You're right. It is the right shot. It can't be. It's not practical. It's too hard to get that position. This is just no-brainer. One rail and up.
Looks awfully straight.
It doesn't matter. He can punch it and go extra long. He punched that shot.
Yeah, he's good.
Nice shot. Very nice, Warren.
So
Just join us. We are at the American 14.1 Championship here.
If you're just joining us, we are at the American 14.1 Championship here on the Billiard Channel, Midlothian, Virginia, at Richmond, at Diamond Billiards. And we have graciously been joined by Bob Coates and Danny Baruti, learning about how Thorsten and Warren are picking through this match. It looks like we're
very close.
76 to 46.
With Warren at the table.
Did they score Warren's last rack?
Peter's been doing the scoring, so it's liable to be like a week behind. Peter's wearing a tuxedo now. It's 11 in the morning on Sunday. I mean, he's making the rest of us look bad. He's always wearing a suit.
Apparently one of the players went on a break. Must have been Warren.
Sponsors of this event are Simonis Cloth, Lucasi Cues. We are Inside Pool TV, streaming for the Billiard Channel on your Roku TV device. My friends. Now, Danny Baruti, you're from New York City, correct?
Originally, yeah. I live in Monterey, California right now.
Now, the pool scene in New York is very exciting. I just did... We're filming a reality show for the Billiard Channel, the Whirlpool TV show, and I was just in New York City trying to capture the energy of New York City and its pool scene. And there's just something special about the place that's exciting for pool.
Yeah.
You can walk into any room and see one of the best players in the world there.
Well, look at all the strong players. New York, Mika hangs his hat there. A lot of the time, Steve Lipsky, Zion Zvi, Tony Robles. It's a strong environment. Flaco Rodriguez.
Thorsten's there quite often.
Thorsten is there quite often.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I just saw him there.
Alaska, Mike Yednek.
Sure.
You got a lot of good
Dan
shooters.
Cintron.
Yeah. Well,
All
Dan
right.
Cintron's from Jersey, but that counts.
Yes.
Yeah.
WK up to bat here.
So the New York Giants and the New York Jets.
Yeah.
They're still New York.
All right. Wow. That 13 only could have been a little less cooperative. What an ugly spot for the 13 to land in. I like to get rid of those as soon as possible because it always has a way of coming back to haunt you.
I think Warren's thinking the same thing.
Yeah. He came up short. He just shook his head. He knows it.
Yeah, he wanted that, and then to just come on back to work.
Now you're going to play 3 or 4 more balls till you can work back there, and if you don't get it then you're really up against it.
And he had a good shot to get to it on that last shot.
I think he just didn't want to go to the rail and leave a straight shot. I think that was the main thing, and he just pulled up on it.
He's going to go into those bottom balls. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it looks playable as a combination.
Yeah.
But here's another case of the ball's not cooperating. Well, 3 balls have been played, and he's still got that ball near the pocket. He's probably going to play 2 or 3 more before he gets up there.
Think he's going to come down and get rid of that combo now?
He's going to split him. He's going to go into him nice and easy.
Okay.
Oh, no. Whoop, whoop, whoa. Whoa, that was exciting.
We don't know if he can see the 15 ball or not.
Let's take a look at...
It'd still be exciting.
Even if he makes it, he can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
I think he's going to roll forward, play it, roll forward, and play that ball in the side, the yellow ball in the side, 9.
On the presumption he can see it. Remember your comment about the deep shelf on these
Yeah.
in these pockets. He might be
Pocket
in
blind.
where he can't get to the 15 ball. If he can, he's
You know
just
what?
getting to it.
Looking
it
at
looks
that
like he can.
that 9-ball's no bargain from the short rail either.
No. It's
He may have to shoot it right now, or the 3-ball. He's going for the 3.
Boy, a 3-ball might only have half a pocket,
Yeah.
half a tight pocket.
He's got no choice. He's got to shoot.
What a shot!
Yeah,
Wow.
great shot. Pressure shot.
Yeah.
5 balls gone, and the 13 is still there.
Five ball's not gone yet. An expression you've used many times. I've heard you say it. He's running out of bullets on that 13 ball.
Yeah. You know, you think you have a lot of shots to get to it, and before you know it, you're out. He's going for it right now.
Yeah, but he might run into the 1 ball.
No, he's come. Well, he did.
The 1 and 8 to block that path.
Yeah, didn't like that. I don't know if the 7 is good. Is out of the rack. It looks like it's out
I
of the
think
rack.
it's out. It's
Yeah.
not out by a lot, but it's out.
Okay, that's his break shot. So at least he's got that.
He
Whoa!
almost shaved it.
Yeah.
He might be able to slide over a bit now if he wants
Yeah.
to do it.
On what shot?
5 in the corner and cue ball slides
I think his
towards
D
the
angle's
side
going
pocket.
the other way.
Is it? Okay.
I think so. You can look at the other.
Yeah, it's not going to get him there. You're correct.
All right. Wow.
Guess he's using the
He's
2
going.
as the
He's
break.
going to get there now.
He got there.
He got there. That was a really terrific shot. It landed perfectly. He couldn't have placed it better by hand. He's going to come off the rail and have a natural shot at the 8 for the 10 and then the 9. That was really nice. And he didn't have much more time to do it.
No. Just a couple of bullets.
Yeah.
You could tell as he was shooting the rack that he was totally aware that he had that problem waiting for him,
Yeah.
that he had to address it. You see players with, a lower skill level, and they just kind of, okay, I'll get to that.
Mhm.
And the next thing you know, they're up the creek. Boy, was that pretty where he placed that ball. Just come right off the rail and
Straight right
Yeah.
across.
Yeah.
And he has a nice touch for this kind of position because it's just a soft roll, and he, like so many of the great Filipino players, they have such a great touch.
look at that.
Very nice. Well, this is
Let's see if they score him for this rack. I don't think they scored him for last rack.
it don't look like that. Well, Peter Burrows told me he was going to bet heavily on Thorsten, so he's only giving Warren every other rack.
I imagine we just didn't notice when they slid him up there.
36 with 4 scratches. 136 would be. Were there 4 scratches this game? Yeah, probably.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah. Whoop! There he goes down the. All right, let's see you make this 13 ball.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he's going to play the 2, I think.
Can't see this.
The ball
okay.
below.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was the 6. I was going to say you can't see the 6, but that's the deuce.
I don't think he's too happy with this.
Yeah.
May have to play the 12 here and come around again for the 14 to break them. You play the 4 right now, the ball that's on the rail. What do you do with it? Where do you put the cue ball?
Well, if you just kind of leave the cue ball right around where the 4 is, you can come across with the 15.
Nah, you can't do that. You got
But
to.
where's that going to lead you into?
Yeah,
if you
this
do
pocket,
that?
the 12's got to be eliminated.
You create a path for the 14 ball.
Right, right.
But is the 5 ball? 5 ball appears to be in the path as
No,
well.
I think it can clear that.
I'm not so sure, Danny.
You know, we don't have a camera angle for that.
Eat that.
Watch your steps.
Wow. We just got a message from the.
Hold on. What are you going to say on? Oh, okay. It's important. All right.
We just got an announcement that one of the contestants from this event went to the U.S. Open and beat. The screen
Went black.
disappeared.
Oh.
Defeated Ko Pin Ying.
Karen
Karen
snapped
Kaur.
off Ko Pin Yi, 11-4.
11-4. Guy came all the way from Peking and got beat.
I think it's Chinese Taipei, right? Isn't
Is he from Taipei?
Or is he Japanese?
No, is he from
Chinese.
Taiwan? I'm sorry. Anyway, he came a long way. He came halfway around the world,
Miss Karen Kaur.
and he lost to Karen Kaur.
This is an update from Sean Wilkie.
And it's a good thing he's not from Japan. He'd have to kill himself right now. No, that's not just
Okay.
All right. Everybody's. Excuse my French. Excuse my French. Let me say something. Everybody's.
Okay, well, back here. Well, congratulations to Karen Kaur. That's a tremendous win. Of course, Karen's a great player anyway, so it's not really a surprise. But Ko Pin Yi is the one of the top-ranked players in the world right now. So that makes the defeat all the greater.
Well, apparently
The
you're
victory.
correct about the 14 ball.
Yeah. Here we go. This is trouble. Wow. This is such a tough shot. Shooting over a ball, he's got to cut it. He's got to try to
He's
hold
got
it.
to hold the cue ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's so much going on here. This is so difficult.
Ouch. And he wouldn't have had a picnic anyway.
No, he had a long shot. Wow. Well, Thorsten, 4, 8, 9,
Nine on the
6,
table.
66, 76 to 66 right now. Thorsten comes back with a nice, fat, juicy rack to finish off. 8, pick up 8. He'll be at 84. 16. He'll need 66 after this rack. All right. Okay, I don't know how he's going to break into this. He's going to maneuver around, I guess. Yeah, once you get rid of the 3, you should be able to get shots off the 15 and the 11. All right, so I guess you play the 12 and then the 1 and swing around. He can even play for the 7 ball and then play for the 11 and bump the 8 out. I like that play. You don't have to worry about too much about position. Just swing around for that 7. Come on now, you can do it. Some low left. Come right into line. I tried to float it in there.
He's got the 9 ball now.
Yeah, you got nothing.
No, sure. No, you pull it just a little bit back and he takes the 11 ball in the corner.
No, I still like the 9 go to the 7. If you got, it depends on which way the angle is. It looks like it's dead straight. Look on camera 6. It looks like he's kind of dead straight on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see if we can. Take a look at that angle over here on camera 6 and this angle. That's straight. You got to come back for that 11, I think.
That's what I was
Or
saying.
go forward.
Oh, look at that.
Forward into the 7. Okay, this was my original contention, that he should have played off the 7 and used the 11 to set up the 8, because the 15 is right there. This is makeable. You got to just roll it into position very softly. Once again, going back to this angle. See, he's got a little angle there, so it's hard to get the cue ball to stop, and you got to make the shot too. But if he gets that angle on the 11, he's off. He's off to the races again. It's a slow roll. Get the angle.
He's got it.
You almost missed it. Now, if you have the 11, you're
The
good
8's
here.
going to float out for the break, and 12 will be the key ball.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't have done that much better.
Nope. But I thought that's what he should have done earlier. He's got to come around it from, and this is kind of straight here.
I think he's
So
going to
this
do
is not
2
that
rails or
easy.
just off the back rail with inside English.
You got to go 2 rails. You can't go one and up. You're coming off.
Yeah, you might wind up on the wrong end of the
Yeah.
table.
You might hit the 8 too coming up.
I've done that more than once. Ooh, yeah.
Why don't they listen to me?
Wow.
If they listen to me, they'd be sitting here instead of playing. That's why they don't listen to me.
Okay.
It
You know,
needed to be
Danny's
said.
being very modest here. Danny was one of the final 8 players, so he finished in 5th and had a very strong tournament.
I don't know if it was very strong. It was okay.
It was strong enough to be in the final 8 in a really powerful field.
It felt good. You know, the conditions were very good here at Diamond Billiards. It was really nice playing. I didn't have
He's
a.
going to cut this in?
No, he's going to play safe. This is child's play. This really takes away going off the back rail to take the scratch.
Right.
So he's got to go into the top for that horrible safety. I like taking the scratch, going into the top with the intention of taking the scratch.
Oh, he's taking a scratch.
I don't know what he's doing.
No,
And
he's not
more
sure
to the
either.
point, I don't think he knows what he's doing.
You said to me many times the problem with this taking the scratch into the front of the rack is it's an easy answer. And, so what's he doing?
He's trying to kick that 8 out. He's trying to go behind the rack and take the scratch. If you don't kick, all right, he kicked the ball out. He's lucky. That ball doesn't come out. Thorsten could have taken the 2-rail
just
kick.
put him in the other end. Yeah.
He hit. That was a really great shot. I can't stress how good that shot was. That was very well executed and very difficult.
I believe that Thorsten could play a safe right into the back of the rack, like into the 2-ball, and
Well, he
drive
does-
the 5-ball
he
to the
does-
side rail.
No, he doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't need to perform here. Warren's on a scratch. Thorsten isn't.
Correct.
He should just go into the 2, make it hard for Warren to play,
Right, yeah,
play
yeah.
it safe. Maybe push over to the 9 ball where Warren is right-handed. He'll have trouble reaching it.
Yeah, but Thorsten could take a scratch, but still try to push something else out as another potential open ball
Yeah,
to make it tougher for Warren to find a spot to leave the cue
he
ball.
could. You also don't want to make his return safe easier too. It's double edge. Nor kick something out. Remember, I played the safe against Klatt. I lollygagged the safe, and a
Yeah, the
ball
one
came
you hit
out of
with-
nowhere.
The one you hit with one hand without even bending over the table?
Well,
Yeah, that was
listen,
brilliant, Danny. Yeah, I remember that one.
I thought it was safe to. All right, then he just pushed it in there.
Yeah.
Now he can reach this relatively easy. I would have left it a little more to the left, so he can't reach over without using the bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently he can't use it anyway. I cannot get used to these bridgeheads. Every time I use it,
Yeah.
I think of Bullwinkle Moose. Every time I use this bridge.
This could almost be where he needs to use 2 bridges. Is he high enough?
I don't know that he's ever used 2 bridges. He might not be high enough.
Boy, he's got a real opportunity to miscue this shot.
Well, he's shooting over 4 balls.
That's, he needs more elevation, I
Yeah.
think.
Can he just feather? Oh, he'll get the automatic shot.
Yeah, he's got a ball down there.
Can he hit it hard? I guess that's not going to do anything either for this one. I'll spread him out too.
Don't you have to install a telephone line somewhere? As Alvin, the head technician, Alvin did a hell of a job setting up these cameras. Everything.
Thank you very much. I was just interested in the way that this looked. It caught my attention.
It's
a
a-
very unusual.
Yeah.
I've seen this particular.
Yeah, he's in a tough position. I guess he'll just drive the 8, try and drive it back up to the. Ooh, that's a good save.
Left
course.
an easy answer.
Yeah,
And he
Thorsten's
left a
gonna-
shot, too.
Yeah, sure.
Thorsten-
Thorsten's going to shoot this.
Thorsten's not reluctant to
Yeah.
take a swing here.
No, not at all. I compared Thorsten to.
And then the 8 ball can become a break ball for him.
Early in the day, I compared Thorsten to George Foreman at his peak as a boxer. He just swings from the heels and just,
Like a
he's,
gunslinger.
he's capable of landing a haymaker any time.
Oh, played it in the side.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, he's got that one.
The 7's kind of a dead end, isn't it? Unless there's something in the
No,
rack.
he could pull back. I think he's got the angle. If you look at camera 6, you're going to switch it over to camera 6. You see he's got an angle. He can switch back to the 4. If he gets the shot to pull the trigger, he'll try to break a one-rail break. And if he doesn't, he can play safe off of it. It's almost a free shot to get position on this.
With that different camera angle, you could see he does have the angle
Yeah.
to draw that down towards that first diamond a bit.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Now, if the shot is easy enough, and he can control
Yeah.
it without.
Oh, he's going into the rack. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't.
He's got to hit that edge where the 10 ball is, the right side, the right angle of the triangle.
Right on the 10.
Right on the 10. And,
A little fuller on the 10 might have been better for him.
well, then you
Wouldn't be
get
down
stuck.
here and
Then you
the
get
other
stuck.
end.
It's a double-edged sword. He's got the shot. He's going to shoot it. There you go.
I think he's going to power into this shot, too.
He's going to come across the top. He's not going to hit as hard as you think. Or he's not going to hit it as soft as I think. I knew
Yeah.
that was a great shot.
Yes. With supreme confidence.
Yeah.
The thought of missing that shot, I don't think ever occurred to him. At this stage, do you think he's already thinking of, protecting the 14 ball as a
No, not
break
the
ball?
14 is going right now. He's got a
Yeah.
14 and the 9 should go right away.
So the 11 and the 6 or
Oh,
whatever that is on the other
yeah,
side.
I don't know why he didn't. Maybe he didn't have the angle to hold it. I would have got rid of that 9 ball right away. Well, I guess it's not critical. He can still recover and get it. Those 2 balls in the middle are kind of funny. I don't know if he's going to play to shoot one up the table or try and go into him. Boom. I don't like that.
I would kind of like shooting, working around towards that 13 up in the corner right.
Too late for that now.
Well,
You can't get to it now.
might get into it right now, but
No,
it's not
it's-
really ideal position
no.
to be playing for. If you miss that, you're up the creek.
Yeah, you're down here. It's too late for that. That ship sailed. Well, this is kind of nice. Maybe he's going to try and bump it off the, shoot the 1 and then the 11, bump into them. He's going for the 6. Wow.
He might, go for the 6, and the 11's the break shot.
11's
3's
the break
key
shot.
ball.
Maybe the 12 goes. Who knows? Oh, right on top
this
of
is
it.
Bad. Guess the 3 or the 11 is going to be next. Can't quite see what he can see here. Looks like the 3.
Preserving the break shot.
Yeah. Play the 12, draw into. Play the one on the left, draw into the one on the right. I can't see the colors.
Yeah.
Push the right-hand ball towards the corner pocket.
It looks
little
like a
bit.
play. He's not happy with it. He's got to snap it.
He's got to make the most of what he's got, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he got thin on that ball.
Well, that's why he delayed shooting it so long. It wasn't that easy.
Well, this didn't work out too poorly.
This is good for him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to wind up shooting the 13 from the rail.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to get to the to the bottom of the ball on this.
It's a tricky shot. He's got to float it into position.
Speed has to be just right.
Nice. Very nicely
Boy.
done, once again.
How much more right could it be?
I gotta say, the tables really played good. They were really great. I played a whole bunch of games. I don't remember the ball skidding on me once in this whole event. I don't think I saw anyone have the ball skid on in this event.
No, I watched probably more games than you did, and
All the conditions were right. The lighting was very good. The temperature was right. It wasn't too humid. These were very good playing conditions as far as all that goes.
good thing the 5 ball came down.
Yeah, it's going back up.
Well,
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
boy, I know when I'm shooting and I break them up like that, where there literally aren't 2 balls touching each other, and
Yeah.
I don't have a shot. I just feel like, how did this happen to me?
You're at the only place on the table where
Yeah, where there's nothing. Of course, what's nothing to me is 4 different opportunities to Thorsten. Turns the cue ball really loose on this shot.
Wow. Wow, he back cut that ball from the back rail. That was a
Yeah.
great shot. I didn't know what he was doing there. I didn't know he was getting down to shoot when he hit it. I didn't know he was going to pull the trigger there. That was a tremendous shot.
And the speed control. The cue ball didn't go flying, all over the place.
Yeah, Thorsten started needing 53 balls, and after this rack, he'll need a little bit under 3 racks. He'll be at 111. He'll need 39. That's a little less than 3 racks. Wow. I tell you, the balls aren't cooperating. I don't think he has a shot here. I think he's got to go for the combo. I don't think he has the 8 ball.
And I don't think he wants to bridge over for that. What is it, the 15?
No, he can't. He can't play the 15. There's no pocket for it.
No, the top corner. Not the 15, the 12,
No,
whatever
he's not
that
playing
is.
that.
I guess he had a shot.
He had it. Oh, he got. It would have been unlucky to be safe in that position, but he got lucky to have it. On the other hand, still was a good shot. He's still trying to manufacture something. All right, now he's got the 12, 14, and the 15 will be the last 3 balls he shoots. And now he can play the 9 and try and get into that cluster. In other words, he can work the bottom 3, 4 balls and then work the 12, 14, and 15. That's a great, great shot. That's where touch comes in.
Yeah, he'll probably nudge the 15 ball a little bit.
Well, you don't want to nudge it a little bit. Yes, you do. I thought he was going to drive. I thought he was hitting it fuller and driving it into the 14.
That's what I meant by
Yeah.
nudge, Danny.
Nudge has another meaning, too. Nudge. You know what a nudge
After he
is?
plays-
A nudge is a pain in the tuchus. You know what tuchus is?
Yeah.
That's a nudge. It's a
You think he's
Nudge.
going to try to
no.
bump the 4 ball just to have
No.
just
No,
another
they-
one to think about?
No,
There's no need for it, though.
no, you got nothing to shoot if you do that.
Yeah.
No, he's going to play it pure. He's going to play from this ball to the 15 to the 14. That's the right. No. Stick and stick almost. No, stick and then
Yeah.
come off the rail a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, he's going to be on a perfect angle when he stops there. Oh.
Ooh, wow.
Now he's got a little angle to
He's
slide
got
it
anyway.
across.
Yeah, he knew that. But this is not, this is no joy shooting this. You jacked
It's easy
up,
to go
you're up
too
over-
far. Yeah.
Could miss the shot too.
Well,
Beautiful.
didn't seem to have any difficulty.
Well, he made quite a few nice shots that rack. I don't know, no difficult. He made it look easy, but he had a few tough shots there. That's
So
what he
he's
does.
at 111 now. Is that
Yeah.
what we're at now? And
Yeah.
Warren is where?
Warren's in trouble.
65
Warren
for
should
Warren.
be in a doctor's office right now. He needs 85, but
what he needs is
to get to the
Thorsten's in
table.
this. He
Yeah.
needs to get to the table. I'm sure he has no lack of confidence in his ability to go out from
Boom.
here. That's what I
watch the
expected
side
Thorsten
pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
earlier in the
Oh, watch this safe. Boom.
yeah. Earlier in the broadcast, I'd mentioned that Thorsten likes to draw off the rack and come up and down like that.
Yeah. Well, he's got the break shot. He's got the 4 ball. Is that the 4? Yeah.
Yes.
Looks like it's good. It's just a question of clearing out this position.
He's at 125 now.
No, I think he's at 111.
111 now.
Before he started this rack. Before he
Oh,
made
you
those
said
last-
he'd be at 111 at the end
Yeah.
of that rack. Okay.
Okay.
314.
Well, he's
Oh.
bumping the one out of the way. I think he's bumping it.
I thought the 9 ball was the cue ball. My eyes tricked me with the yellow and the white.
He's close to having no shot here.
$14 in the corner. It looks like that's a
Side-
half a pocket.
Side pocket. Yeah. No, maybe the corner. I don't know. Wow.
Wow. He had a half a pocket on
Yes,
that.
he
That's
did.
all. Half a tight pocket.
Well, 12 is going to be the break. Okay, he's going to play the 7-6, maybe the 8-9-3-5. Play the 6, come over for the 8, play the 8 in the corner, the 9 in the side, and then should be easy. He can pick almost any order he wants from here. Hmm. Five, 9, 1. 15. What do you think?
I think he's, as you said, he's got a lot of options. This rack is totally finished. He's going to follow it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know that I like that. I don't know that he liked it.
He's
I
got to
think
pull
he-
this one back.
Yeah, it's not easy. Not easy.
It's easy to land in where he needs to land. He doesn't have a big landing zone.
Yeah, not an easy shot to the side pocket. That's the problem, and you can't control it going
I
up
was
the
thinking he was
corner.
going to. I thought he was going to go to the corner.
No, he's going to have to play that 15 now. He's going to have to bail out. He lollygagged the position, let it get away from him. If he comes off the rail, he's good. Came off too much.
He's got to kind of punch this one and pull it over. It looks like he's following it up
Yeah,
and
he's
down.
going to go down and up.
Nice stroke.
Yeah.
Not the break shot he wanted to be. You'd expect that he would have been shooting when there was 7 balls on the table. You'd have thought the cue ball would have been mid-table. Well, he's got another
And this is a
2 feet of felt to deal with.
Yes, he does, and this is a direct function of him not playing to get the exact position on the 9 ball.
Yeah.
He just took it for granted, and
Yeah.
this is a direct function of that.
Yeah, this is 2.5 feet longer than it could have been.
Up the table. There we go.
Guess the 4 ball's okay. The 11 might actually give him a little insurance there.
What do you do with the cue ball, though?
You hope.
No. I mean, what are you going to do with the cue ball in this position?
I'd hit it with a little bit of high right side and try to just float towards the bottom.
Whew.
But he's looking for more definitive position. Yeah, that's
Boom.
what I was talking about, though.
That was a nice hit.
Yeah.
Very nice hit.
You got 3 lines and 2 balls that are not in the lines. 11, 13, 7, 2 is one line, and so on. This almost looks like one of those practice drills you set up.
7 up the corner. He did not hit that last shot good. He came up short on that. I mean, he hits the ball so clean, It's really amazing watching him shoot sometimes. He's going to move the 1 over. Oh, I guess not. I thought he was going to move the 1 over for a key ball for the 2.
I think you meant the 6 when you said key ball.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I did
Yeah.
mean the 6. Wanted to move the 1 over towards the 6 for a key ball.
Guess
I
the
think
3 is
three
the break ball.
yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I think the 1 is going to be his key ball.
He's going to play this, then the 5.
No, the 5 is going to be the key ball. 1, 13, 5.
Okay. A ball near the bottom of the table, the way the 5 ball is.
Very effective.
Yeah, just what I was going to say. It's a very effective key ball, and a lot of novice and intermediate players don't ever recognize that as a key ball. They're always looking for the ball in front of the side pocket.
Yeah, very nice out. No, he's at 130. Is he at 139 now?
No, he was 11. It would go to 12. Yeah, 25, 39.
139, wow.
Which is,
He's 11 now. Very good.
so he's playing for 11.
Playing for 11. Well, Warren's last mistake was his last mistake. That was all that safety. It wasn't even that bad of a shot. He played safe on the 8 ball. And Thorsten made that ball in his side pocket. And he's.
What precipitated that safe on the 8 ball? Thorsten safe?
Ooh, wow.
Oh, he's stuck on the bottom here. Look at this.
Oh, what
He's got the ball hanging up there. He'll probably do this one rail first, right?
Yeah, oh, he has to. He has to
Yeah.
swing around. He can't just leave it up there. He's got no shot.
Wind up shooting.
I
what
don't
is
know
that,
if he. Yeah.
He'll be looking for the 15 or whatever that ball, 15, 13, 12, 10.
I think he's going to punch it and go 2 rails and come up towards the side pocket.
I think he's going to go to the right side of the table.
He is, but
Yeah,
not
near the second
not with
diamond.
wide right. And I think he's going to punch it and come right up the middle.
Okay.
Oh,
Rail
he swung
first,
up
and
and
he stayed down. He hit it too softly.
Yeah.
He's got the 4, and I
4.
think the 13 squeezes by, but I'd rather shoot the 4.
Yeah. You were asking what precipitated the safety.
That safety situation where Warren reached over and played that 8.
Thorsten had played safe driving the 8 behind the rack. Warren took a scratch behind the rack. Thorsten back scratch.
Oh, did you see that?
Oh, yeah. He had
Made
the
it
trailer.
on the second try. Even Thorsten smiled.
He apologized. He put his
Yeah.
hand up and smiled. He smiled.
Wow. That only happens for me when I'm practicing. It never happens in a game. It only happens when my opponent is shooting in a game.
You know this stuff about hitting the ball hard? How many times I've seen him with the ball up the table? And look at this cluster, how ugly it is. You know, I'm not buying into all of that.
Yeah, controlling where the cue ball winds up is a big part of,
Yes, it is.
of being successful. Nice shot.
Yeah.
Boy, he is working for every ball.
Yep.
And there's no picnic after this shot.
Nope. He's got to perform here, too. Well, he could stop it. He has the 1 in the side.
Yeah, he's down on the bottom of the ball. Okay, I think he's finally seeing some daylight here.
Yeah. One of those 5 balls on the lower right of the table has got to be his last shot.
Yeah, he needs
He's
at least one of those balls.
Yes. No, that's it. Warren gave it to him. No, he doesn't need any of them now.
Yeah. I'm surprised Warren packed it in at that point.
Warren's had enough. Warren's had enough after the Oh, he's not happy. All right. Well,
Just
this
saw
has been a
that.
lot of fun.
Okay.
Warren is totally disgusted. He had enough. And, well, I want to thank you. This was a lot of fun. And Bob, it was a pleasure working with you.
Yeah,
I'm going to
you
shake
too,
your
Danny.
hands. I'm shaking his hand right now. We had a good time. Bob will be driving back up home to the Northeast, and I'll be flying out to the West.
Many of you have looked at the program.
And we want to thank all the sponsors again. I want to thank the people at Diamond Billiards in Midlothian and the sponsors Simonis and Lucchese and Inside Pool and Peter Burrows and Megan Fort, everyone else that helped make this and all the players too.
10 years old, my father and Willie Moscone took me to
All right, Peter's making some final statements over there that
a
are.
shop to get my first cue.
And well, of course, Inside Pool people. I wanted to thank Alvin for all his technical help in here.
So that's the significance of the picture on the inside.
And that's about it. Bob, say goodnight. Stop writing.
Okay. Good night, everybody. I enjoyed the opportunity to be in the booth with Danny and hear his commentary. Really knowledgeable. And thank you, Danny.
My pleasure. And for those of you who want to listen to Peter's speech, you can get a transcript of it tomorrow in the New York Times. I'm sure it'll be printed in its entirety.
Well, how about a hand for Tommy Dorsey, too?
How about a hand for this establishment? Yes.
Did you ever see